Well, hello there. It's Saturday afternoon, and I just want to do a little vlog. Really, I had a nice little conversation with my daughter who lives in France today, and we don't often talk much about the thing I'm going to talk about in a minute. We normally talk about other things, but we do seem to be on the same page about quite a lot of things, which is quite amazing, really, considering that she spent a lot of her time on her own in France. And one day I shall tell you that story. Anyway, so we were talking about alien life, and I said that I had a feeling that we are going to be told about alien life pretty soon. I do believe that YouTube, Facebook and Twitter and all those other social platforms are actually trying to gear us up for accepting alien life, because there's constantly stuff about this Oumuamua, this asteroid that shot past the Earth, and we only saw it as it was heading towards the sun. And then it became more and more noticeable as it took a sudden sharp detour as it went round the sun. Instead of it doing its expected orbit around the sun and then shooting off, it shot off in a completely different angle. Now, the scientists have explained this by saying that there must have been pockets of whatever that suddenly turned into gas, and as the thing went round the sun and it went off on its planned orbit around the sun, suddenly these pockets of gas were suddenly released, forcing the asteroid away in a different direction. Now, what I've heard, whether it's true or not I don't know, because I've only heard it from one source, is that Oumuamua has returned back and is heading back towards Earth. Now, this story that I heard also went on to say that 4 more cigar-shaped asteroids are heading in this direction. So, we'll see. Is it intelligent life? There certainly doesn't seem to be a lot of intelligent life on Earth at the moment, when you think about the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit and Sadiq Khan's ULEZ scheme. But anyway, there's also been videos surfacing of an old man showing you Polaroid photographs of aliens that he said there's about between 5 and 8 aliens that he's met, and they're all the same. But you can't tell from the Polaroid photographs of an old video. It's all very grainy and you can't see much in the way of details. And then, of course, we had that whistleblower in America who said that they've discovered alien biologics, as he described them. I do believe that we will hear pretty soon stuff about alien life. And, of course, if you watch the skies like I do, you'll notice that India has managed to land on the moon again, and it appears that they found water on the moon, which will be our next stepping stone into space if they do find water on the moon, which I find it hard to believe because they would have found it earlier. Anyway, but that's beside the point. And also, there's a satellite, or should I say a probe that was sent out to a nearby asteroid, and it's landed on that asteroid and it's picked up samples, and it does look like the asteroids are actually made up of basically shingle by the looks of it, large, small, sand, pebbles, whatever, but it's basically sand that's loosely held together, and as soon as the asteroid touches, the whole thing kind of explodes into a cloud of sand and gravel. So maybe some of these asteroids aren't so bad after all. And one of the other stories that I've heard about the large extinction event that happened 65 million years ago, or so they say, didn't actually wipe out all the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs took another 30 years to become extinct. This is the latest theory, so I'll be keeping an eye out on that one as well. But yeah, as I said, my daughter's she's a bit like me. She's not a conspiracist, but she does like to read about them. A bit like me, really. I'd like to. I don't believe in all the conspiracies, and I do make up my own mind about things, as it's quite often proven to be correct, as we all know about the that thing. And of course, we need to discuss what's happening with the number of access deaths that are occurring in the UK at the moment. I know America. I think 20% of the deaths in America are access deaths, which is quite alarming, really. Between 14 and 20%, I've heard. We're just waiting for my sources to do another video, or see what they can come up with. More evidence, as it were. Anyway, it's tipping it down. It's been raining, gently raining, for most of the afternoon. It's quite pleasant out here. I do like sitting out in the garden, but there doesn't seem to be many birds anymore. I don't know what's happened to them all. Even the magpies have gone away. So I don't know what's happening there. We still got the old pigeon. That's what the dog was barking at yesterday. Was a pigeon that was on the fence over there. Yeah, so he was. he likes to chase the pigeons away, which is rather good. But anyway, yeah, he doesn't seem to bother with the small birds. Never has done, really, simply because we haven't encouraged him to go after the small birds. In fact, we've tried to discourage him from doing it. But the pigeons do make a bit of a mess when they leave their leavings, if you know what I mean. Especially when it's on the balcony up there, and you're covered. The whole balcony used to be covered in until we had the netting put round the solar panels. They used to be absolutely horrendous. Yeah, we had to do something about that. But that came at a rather tight period in time when I had no money. So Sarah had to find the money for that. Anyway, but it was well worth it in the end. We're now paid for it. We've got ourselves sorted after that. But yeah, it's amazing how quickly you can get into trouble once you fall on hard times. It's amazing how quickly you use up all your savings. As for me, I was out of work for a good year and a bit, and I had really, I think, 3 months' work in a year and a half, so it wasn't a lot of work. And it's taken a good few years now to, sorry, not a good few years, a year and a half to sort myself out financially. So now I'm doing okay. Could do better, but I've now got no savings for my old age, and of course approaching 60 rather quickly, and looks like it's going to be 65 before I can retire now. The Merchant Navy used to retire at 60 or 61, and because I used to work for P&O Containers, nothing to do with P&O Ferries, by the way, or P&O Cruises. It was a separate entity, although it was under the P&O umbrella. Yeah, I worked for P&O Containers for a good long period of time, and I would have thought that my pension would have carried me over, but it looks like my P&O pension should kick in at 60, and my Merchant Navy pension fund should kick in at 61. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think I can afford to retire now at 60. So it looks like I'm going to have to continue working until I'm 65 to get the state pension as well, just to be able to survive. And of course, no savings, so a bit screwed really. But anyway, that's not why you call, is it? just doing my normal Saturday rant, blog, chat thing, whatever you call it. Yeah. So that's about it, really. So, do you think there is going to be an announcement made about alien life? Do you think we're going to find life on the moon? I don't think we'll find life on the moon, but will we find life on an asteroid? Even less chance, I think, because there's no atmosphere on an asteroid. There's no life-giving oxygen or nitrogen. As we know, the first life on Earth was actually that deep down in the Earth's crust on the seabeds, where these volcanic vents erupt, and they because there's no sunlight, so they emit all these chemicals, and as you get shrimps and crabs that can't survive in our environment, but can only survive on the hot waters of these upwellings on the seabed. But anyway, so that's enough of I've taken up about 11 minutes now. So again, like I said, I won't monetize these longer videos. After 8 minutes, they put adverts in the middle, so I don't want to put you through more adverts. Okay, so I'll catch you all on the next one, and have a good Saturday night. I'm off out with the Sarah tonight for her 60th birthday, and designated driver, so I'll be having a gin and tonic. But last night I had a gin and tonic, had that pint of Guinness, and then at about 9 o'clock I poured myself out a lovely gin and tonic, and tootled off to bed about 10 o'clock. Anyway, so that's about it for today. I'll catch you all on the next one. Have a great weekend, what's left of it, and we'll try and get out on Sunday and do something. Okay, see you then. Bye.